What's good, YouTube? Minasteel here, and today's video will be on Expert Solo Battle number 7 of 9 from the Deluxe pack, which is Guzzlord EX, as you can see here. If you are new here, I make guides on how to beat Expert Solo Battles while taking down the task with the specified type, as well as 3 diamonds or less all at once. So if you find this video helpful or enjoy all things Pokemon Pocket, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss an upload. As always, we start by breaking down the deck that we're going against, and in this battle, it really feels like they didn't know in what direction to take the deck, and if the creators aren't sure where, the AI is even more lost. The deck has the poison angle from I don't know how to pronounce it, but the Poipo line, but with no Barb or Nihilego to support it. Guzzlord, as the face of the deck, has no Will or like Team Rocket Grunt or much to support it, so it's just basically a beater that from time to time will mess with your energy. Darkrai is here for like chip damage, but with no Rocky Helmet or real reason for it to be here. And then even Celesteela feels awkward because if you're stuck with Darkrai in the front, I obviously there's like a leaf, but it doesn't have much to do with the one of Celesteela if they lead Darkrai, or if you have like they have Celesteela with Guzzlord, but then it's all over the place, right? The trainers don't make much more sense either, as they play double Cyrus with no consistent way to hurt the bench. Leaf is exclusively for Darkrai. Like if they have the Celesteela play, then the Leaf is doing absolutely nothing. And don't even get me started on Dawn, as her use is like super niche in this strategy. Like technically you could charge Darkrai, use Dawn to give it to the Poipo, sort of like a Weavile sort of strategy, but that's like one, I don't know. And then instead of Rocky Helmet or Barb, which works with either the Guzzlord or the Darkrai or the Poipo, they went with Dark Pendant, just the one of Dark Pendant for hand disruption, because that's the only thing the deck was missing, I guess, at this point. Regardless of how all over the place this deck is, when it draws properly, it can be a problem. And with their best possible plays in mind is that I decided to use Togekiss with Comfey. On paper, this build might seem pretty standard or familiar, and that's because it is. Togekiss is one of the best non-EX strategies in the game, and by far the best under the psychic typing when it comes to these solo battles. Our objective is pretty straightforward, which is establish as Togekiss and just swing until we win. Their choice of Cyrus over Sabrina really helps in this matchup, so that we can establish Togekiss, and there's no real way for them to like get it out of the way, because that's one of the biggest counters to Togekiss, is that if they send it to the back with Sabrina, I was about to say Repel. Repel doesn't work, but with Sabrina, you have to restart the damage. But after our first swing, we're constantly swinging for 120, and with Cynthia, we swing for 170, which so happens to be Guzzlord's total and the highest value that they have, making Togekiss the perfect counter for like Guzzlord. As for why Comfey, it comes down to two things. Not getting poison is a great ability that nullifies the threat of Naga, but in practice, what actually came up was the fact that it had 70 HP, which allowed it to tank 2 grind cores, buying us enough time to build up Togekiss in most cases, and in return, we get to sweep their team in like about 2 or 3 turns. The rest of the deck is meant to keep Togekiss as healthy as possible and able to solo the challenge all by itself. With that, I'll leave y'all with some gameplay showing action, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I thank y'all for watching. Please consider subscribing, and above all else, stay pro. All right, we're going second here. Unfortunately, starting Comfey. The fortunate part though is Comfey's ability to survive multiple turns. Even like Guzzlord can only like has to hit us a third time. So let's see how it goes here. Even in testing, I opened Comfey a lot more than I wanted to, but its secondary ability is really, I mean, its only ability is really good, especially with this guy floating around. Tempting to throw this out in hopes of finding Togepi, but we gotta go like this. Reason being, if we go center and it gives us like a Togetic or like something else that basically anything but Togepi, then it'd be really bad. I'd much rather, especially having Rare Candy, drawn to another Pokemon that's not Togepi, and then change it there. Okay, Dark Pendant. We could technically attack next turn, but I don't think it's in our best interest. This, however, is probably a little bit better. Okay, let's go. Not the situation we usually want to use Repel in, but I'm not gonna complain about it. Let's go a little bit Repel, because I don't want to lose my hand either, you know, because it's more chances of drawing into like the cards that we're not looking for. We do 30 here, and we're just really hoping for that Togepi. At any moment, we draw Togepi, and it's like game's over. We might use it the comms next turn. If it's not panning out, yeah. Really gotta find Togepi. Please, please, please. And okay, okay. Hold. And there it is. Okay, guaranteed, by the way. Can't really protect Comfey though, which is kind of tough here, because clearly, at least actually we won't really deal with poison. Because they'll knock out Comfey in the... Yeah, okay, we're fine, Let's go here. here. IQ, we could look for another one, right? You never know. Really don't need Togekiss since we have double rare candy in hand. We missed there, but it would have been the same difference, so whatever. Let's go 30 here. This is really good because it puts the Naga. The Naga? I was about to try to pronounce it. I see Naganado, I see Naganito. Or Naganado, something like that. Get the knockout. Well, they get the knockout, which is fine. Just from here on out is basically all we need. Okay, I was gonna say all we need to draw is a Cynthia and the game's over. We get to one shot even a Guzzlord, which is why it's so important to or not why it's so important, it's just why I think this deck is so good, especially for this challenge. And spoiler, the Solgaleo one too. Just we have to tweak a little bit for the Solgaleo one to work. But there's a lot of things in this deck that maybe you would still win if you take it to Solgaleo, but like you don't need this thing against the metal deck. If they're exclusively for poison and to survive a few Guzzlord attacks. Yeah, but you'll see that when that video comes out. But if you were like, oh, I need something ASAP or whatever, have an idea what to work with, Togekiss works for both of them this time around. Alright, then we should go Cynthia. Had they gone for Grindcore, then maybe they get lucky, but just like that, GG's. And that makes up example number 1. As always, in this channel we do multiple examples, so I didn't I was like, wait, what's going on? I didn't know that it went throughout the entire animation regardless. The more you know, I guess, maybe? I don't know. As always, let's jump to example number 2. Alright, we get to go second again, which I think benefits us for sure, but at least this time we start with Togekiss, right? So it's not like such a slow start. Granted, we still won the last one, right? And they get one of their fastest starts, so funny enough, we kind of need to find, not kind of, we really need to find either Comfey or just a second Togepi. Or I guess Cape would also work in this case. Let's see. Repel might do it actually. Let's see. We might have to think about. We might not have to think about it as Comfey. Okay. Yeah, I think we gotta do this. Even though we could have kept it just to look for a Togekiss. Reason being, actually, I want to repel. I'm gonna repel because it forces them to see the one of Celesteela. Also, my fear was just if they evolve swing for 40, poison us, we get knocked out. And then thanks to Comfey, we're no way hit by poison. Thus, there's no way for them to beat us outright next turn. And then we're just one Togekiss away from just like running away with it. However, yeah, like we get to guarantee. Okay. Oof. What targets do we have? Another Togepi. So it's high chances of seeing it, but I think we'll just play it safe here. Go here, swing for 40. Although we are playing a dangerous game by waiting a little bit, because Grindcore. Like there's no other way of looking at it. And really need tails here. In hindsight, I probably would put Comfey first. I mean, I would put both energy on the Togekiss, and then start putting on Comfey after the fact. We did draw him though. Not really messing with the grind course. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna actually retreat so Comfey takes a few hits for us. Evolve here and heal up. Fast. And like I mentioned, we survived multiple attacks from Guzzlord. This time around, there's only 2 that we survived because by the second attack, they're already swinging for. Kind of makes sense, I guess. It makes sense because they knock out this Comfey anyway, so there's no reason for them to commit energy to it. So I mean, and like there's no need to commit for the 30 attack, right? Can't attack there. So. Now they're gonna come back, swing for 120. Never mind. Kind of not sure what they're going for, but at the same time, I kind of get it. Alright, here we go. Cynthia, so that we can swing for 110, which knocks out the Naga. And now, if we just knock out that one Guzzlord that's ready to attack, we should be fine. Yeah, they're gonna hide. Let's see here. Darkrai, okay. That's kind of scary, huh? Okay, top deck Cynthia is game over. Let's see. Oh, maybe not. It depends how Brian Court treats this. Alright, and... Okay. We can still attack next turn, so as long as we top deck Cynthia, the game's over immediately. Okay, not Cynthia. Some dead rare candies, I'll be honest. Might as well swing for 120. Just, or we could try to hide, but that doesn't seem... We could swing for 120 and then what? Looking kind of rough. Could have played it better probably. They have 0 points. Let's listen to this. Yeah, they're coming with the yep. Debating what to do. I guess it depends on the draw. Cards in the deck. That I send you out to the wolves, unfortunately. Okay, research was a really good draw there because we need to find Togekiss. Cape, there's the Togekiss. Alright, so now the win condition is ultimately drawing Cynthia, so we could hit this for 110 exactly. Otherwise, it's still kind of fine, but they're able to like flip flop around. Okay, Dawn. But AI has to at least one game do something completely that makes no sense whatsoever. Like this, like putting. In what world does that play make sense? So I want you, the viewer, to comment down below. What are like? We're gonna take it obviously. Like we're not gonna complain about free Ws. And it shows you just how much, like, how easy I guess this could be. But it genuinely makes no sense to do the play they just did. 0 sense. But we'll take it. That's example number 2. We won again. Honestly, one of the easier ones of this set to do, at least in my personal experience. This list worked perfectly. Every time I've used it, even when I started Comfey, I won. The only time that I lost, I was off screen, was that I opened Togekiss and just didn't draw any other follow-up as a Pokemon. So I just got like bodied, I guess, like two. I went second, so they were swinging quite early. By turn 3, I was like cooked. But that's very, very rare. As long as you find, like, even like the few games I started with Comfey in the lead, including this one, you eventually go into Togekiss and get the W. I mean, Togekiss into Togekiss. The fact that Togekiss, after attacking once, plus Cynthia, is able to swing for 170 on a Guzzlord. That's just raps. There's nothing they could do when we're swinging that hard, that fast technically, or especially since they have to take so long to build up. But that's enough for me. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing. The rest of them will be out like in the coming days. I already have the list built. It's just a matter of putting them into a video. So again, thanks for watching, and above all else, stay pro.